Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are so glad to see everybody here, whether you're somebody who's been coming for decades or somebody who is visiting for the first time. My name is Susan Coppock. I am a member of the Board of Trustees here at the church, and this is the Sunday of flexibility. We have no AC in the sanctuary, which is why we're out here. I have no script, which is why you're not going to get everything unless it's on the top of my head. So, welcome, and we have no contact with the Zoom folks, so here we go. And I have no announcements. And I do not know the land acknowledgement by heart, but we will take a moment and... Oh, great. Oh, we have Zoom. Thank you. Well, but we can't say, or can we say hello? Oh, let's say hello to Zoom. Woohoo. Thank you. Thank you. Every week we take a moment to acknowledge the people who were on this land for generations long before us. And we thank you. I'm not going to read it. I'm sorry. So, our guest speaker and singer this morning is Jim Scott, a lifelong UU. He's written many of the songs in our hymnals, and we are thrilled to have him here.
And he's still alive.
And he's so, welcome to Jim.
So, we're going to see. This one is on, and guitar mic. Do I need to push a button here? I do. There's the green light. Okay. It's on now. I've only been using these for 50 or 60 years, you know. So, yeah, I know how they work. But can you hear me here? Yes. Okay. Was a little Eastern ritual of attunement that we do before we start. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jim Scott. It's lovely to be back with you all. And I often say I'm Jim Scott. I'm usually the biggest. If I'm not, I notice. And I collect UU churches. I'll say just a little more. Jim's work has been, I helped develop the Green Sanctuary program. So I go to churches where we say, yeah, that's a good idea and we're doing it. Yay, thank you very much. I'm not going to, I'll sing you plenty of songs. I'm going to skip the song that's if you have one of these. You don't have to go like this. I know how we are. So let's light our chalice. We light a chalice at the commencement of our spiritual gatherings. Sometimes even at business meetings, we light a chalice. Camps, conference centers, wherever you find Unitarian Universalists, you're likely to find a chalice or several. I know people who travel with chalices. I haven't quite ascended to that. It's the symbol of our free faith, our free search for faith, our free lack of faith, as some have put it, and it is symbolic of a great many things. On another Sunday, I can promise you it'll have an entirely different connotation. But for me today, it says the earth is a vessel sailing on with a fire in its heart. And we are that energy force, burning, oxidizing, green and blue and white when you see us from out in space, down here on the ground, fashioning from the earth a whole spectrum of color, providing this mysterious and mystical balance of peace and health and justice that we might call spirit. And I like this word, spirit, as we say. So you could handle the sacred matches while I talk. And I would like to try this. Do we all have pieces of paper? We do. Okay. This chalice lighting, I'm going to use it for a chalice lighting, was a poem that I wrote at Star Island off the coast of Maine, UU Camp, with very cold water around it. So let's say this together. Fire of life, cleanse our spirits with heat and flame. Illuminate our path towards beloved community. Take our vessels to the flame. Let this be our mantra. Melt our pain. Ignite our passion. Draw us close to your hearth and warm our souls. Blessed be. Amen. I'm always delighted to get to play this song that I wrote in a desperate attempt to get something into the Gray Hymn Book. It was just before Thanksgiving, and I was playing at the Interfaith Thanksgiving service on a Wednesday night, Thanksgiving Eve, and I thought, well, I'll write a new song. I have to write something they'll put in the hymn book. They've told me this one's too syncopated, this one modulates too much, this one, something wrong with everything. Just quarter notes, ba-da-da-da, and they took it, and here it is. May we stand as willing and able. I like to start halfway through. Is it possible to make the guitar a little louder, the guitar mic? Oh, thank you, that's real loud. Thank you. So I like to start halfway through and sing you the second part, the refrain, sort of, as an introduction. So that'll just be me and the people who weren't paying attention. Gather in peace. I was kidding, you can sing too. Gather in thanks, gather in sympathy, gather in sympathy. Now and then, gather in hope, gather in hope, compassion and strength. Gather to celebrate once again. Join us at the beginning. Gather the Spirit, harvest you come from exciting expedition or frightening passage, escape from violence or an encounter with enlightenment, experiences of ecstasy or endurance of pain, we are glad you have chosen this stop on your journey. Wherever you are going, may this time of rest, of healing, of search and discovery, of celebration of value, illuminate your way. May this chalice and flame, the symbol of our free faith, be a beacon and as well a brilliance to reveal our many paths, for there is no one way. May our time together open doors, give permission, forgive sins, put to rest anxious thoughts, salve our wounds, assuage our fears, amuse our minds and open our hearts, raise up our dreams and reawaken our passions. Wherever you come from, however you arrived here, wherever you may go forth, we are enriched by your presence. Thank you. Even when I don't see people under 21 in front of me out there, I like to do a song for all ages. I almost said a song for kids. A song for all ages. Pardon? Oh, we could invite the children. They may be shocked at that. I'm not sure. Is that a big logistical thing? Maybe we don't. They're happy. They're. Usually after this, we send them off to do something more interesting, so they can just. They're already doing it. That's good. I need to tell you something. I have, for the first time, traveling for half a century, first time I'm doing a 30-day Amtrak tour. Yay for Amtrak. If you want to kind of go back to the 70s, get on Amtrak. There's no Wi-Fi on Amtrak. That was a shock. But I have just come to you from, I was in Toledo overnight to Chicago, rented a car, played in Madison, Wisconsin, and then I've been on a train for 2 days to get here, going over the Rockies. It is truly amazing. And I just this morning, as I was driving here, Dawn's student loaned me her Prius to come, even though she is not here. Great old friend. Well, we're not old. But I was musing as I came here, what a miracle it is. The transportation, the privilege we have here in this divided country with a criminal occupant, that the mail still gets delivered. I can ride on a train with all kinds of interesting people, and our country has not completely collapsed, but we know what we need to do. I was going to say more about this later. I probably will. We got less than 3 months to save democracy and the earth, if you ask me. So I'm going to ask you all to do more than you've ever done before. Okay, now we get back to kids. You can now regress and claim your inner child. I went to Nicaragua in 1984, and I wrote this song after that. My first verse in Spanish, all these kids, they had thrown out the dictator Somoza 5 years before, and they had embarked on an education campaign because 85% of the country was functionally illiterate and a slave labor for the oligarchs and so on. Now we have powers trying to do that in other places, not just in Nicaragua. So It's a Catholic country. So here I was there with Holly Neer, by the way, drop names, and we visited the place we would get picked up on a bus to be taken was a community center. There were all these kids. I heard at the time, because they defeated infant mortality. If I had all kids here, I would not go into this, but I thought you might be interested. Someone said the median age of the country at that time was 13 because there were so many children everywhere, and running around, and of course they speak mostly Spanish, I speak mostly English, but we gestured and smiled a lot and made peace. This service is about peace, by the way. Make more friends, more peace. Well, I think I'd like to be your friend. I think that we could really have some fun. A real companion is so much better than pretend. Games are better played by more than one. So I think I'd like to be your friend. Well, I think, well, you look sort of different from me. And I don't know a lot about your school. I don't know your language, but I can play it cool. This making new friends is not as bad as it sounds. You know, I'm kind of fun to have around. I can be serious, or I can be a clown. I can make you want to giggle when you're wearing a frown. Well, it's too much trouble to be nasty, I've found. Porque quiero ser tu amigo y tengo otros amigos que vas a conocer. Una vez que empecemos no se sabe cuándo acabará, pero es maravilloso ver el círculo crecer, que todos vuestros amigos sean amigos. Everybody, la 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 la. International language, la 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 la. I'd like to be your friend, and there's other friends I'd like you to know. Once we start, there's no telling just where it all will end, and it's great to see the circle grow. We'll get all of our friends to be friends. We won't have to be afraid when we're friends. No, we won't want to fight when we're friends. And if kids can do it, well, maybe grown-ups can be friends. We'll get the whole world to be friends. La 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 la. La 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 la. The words are easy. La 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 la. La 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 la. Thank you. It's one of my favorite things we do in UU rituals. We're getting there. I love the sharing of our stories until churches get so big that we don't have time for that. Our rites of passage, our milestones, our joys and concerns. And I like to do it with a little song. I'm going to sing this song, then would you take over? And then we'll sing it again when we're done. With every story told, our friendship becomes art. Each passage of life is a gateway to the heart. We are one in joy and sorrow, and the music of our learning is danced in love and harmony with each day of Earth's turning. Yikes. So it goes up high and goes down low, and it has a lot of words, but don't let that faze you. Just sing along as you normally would. With every story told, with every story told, our friendship becomes art. Our friendship becomes art. Each passage of life is a gateway to the heart, is a gateway to the heart. We are one in joy and sorrow. We are one in joy and sorrow. And the music of our learning, the music of our learning is danced in love and harmony, is danced in love and harmony with each day of earth turning.
Joys and sorrows because he did them. But there we go. But we're giving his voice a break. In this moment of joys and sorrows, we make space for the fullness of our lives. We come carrying many things, celebrations that lift our heart, burdens that weigh our souls, and quiet and not so quiet stories that lie somewhere in between. We share our joys, the moments of laughter, connection, healing, and hope. The small victories that may seem ordinary but mean the world to someone. Transitions in our lives, new beginnings, welcome endings, and the beauty that finds us in unexpected ways. We also share our sorrows, the grief we carry for those we have lost, the worries that keep us up at night, the struggles that remind us how fragile and tender relationships can be. In community, no one need carry that alone. Here we gather and hold one another in care and compassion. When one of us rejoices, we share the joy. When one of us hurts, we hold that pain together. Take a moment. And may we listen deeply to one another, and let us remember that whatever it is we carry today, we carry it together. Flexibility.
I'm new here. I thought what we do is people would come up and share their, my daughter's going to a party next Tuesday. We don't do that. Oh. I like to do it with my song just to level everything out. Thank you, those are beautiful words. Let's do that once more. With every story told, for all the joys and concerns that we hold in our minds and hearts that remain unspoken, let's sing this little refrain. With every story told, our friendship becomes art. Our friendship becomes art. Each passage of life is a gateway to the heart, is a gateway to the heart. We are one in joy and sorrow. We are one in joy and sorrow. And the music of our learning, and the music of our learning is danced in love and harmony, is danced in love and harmony with each day of earth's turning. I was in Ann Arbor UU Church last week, and I sit to do this, and then I get up and read, sit down, stand up. And last week I said, for efficiency, would anybody mind if I just stayed sitting down? I hope that's okay. I might be below the horizon for some people back there, but what will they say? No. Yeah, no. I used to live in Eugene, Oregon. And then East Coast for a while, I will share with you, I have moved to your time zone. I live now in Woodland Hills, California. So I'm just down the road. I call this relativity. Driving a bit too fast, I maneuver the curves on this cement ribbon, deep at the feet of solemn giants. 2 hours past the Portland Bridge in a dreary Washington drizzle, I've made good time, as they say, in the company of huge Douglas fir bodies carted on tractor-trailer hearses. The procession draws little obvious response from their stoic relatives lining I-5 for the occasion. Aside from the discomfort of being associated with this funeral, I do feel a distinct northward impetus passing the dead Trojan nuclear reactor, sedated would be more like it, that still sulks across the Columbia River in Oregon. The speed limit has dropped to 55, but I'm following an aggressive, sporty type and struggling to keep up in my larger minivan body. We are in more company, and more. Traffic through the Olympia area brings the shock of sudden overpopulation. Musing about whether we belong here in the first place, I'm now distracted by the necessity to respond to the whims of so many other humans and their heavy armor. The lines are drawn, but survival of the fittest is more the rule. Some vague force ahead now is influencing our progress. I'm reminded of the Hindu story of following God up the hill. In single file, travelers can only see the back of the one ahead. Only when the path curves do they get a glimpse of the divinity right in front of them. They can't see God for the human in the way. Over a hill in a sweeping curve to the right, I see what has bunched us up. A state police cruiser going exactly 55. And ahead, no one. A great expanse of empty interstate. United only in our disregard for this particular law, we are now a seething army of bees, hardly swarming in anger yet, or with any outward purpose for that matter. My interference runner has led us right into the hot politics of the honey-drunk comb. And for the moment, he's nowhere to be found. But then turns up between the Safeway truck and the pickup that shouts, "Owned and driven by an American, protected by Smith & Wesson." All we steel beasts wear are affiliations on our hindquarters and manage more congeniality than our bumpers might suggest. We coexist in a not so volatile as carbonated mix, boiling under the benign disinterest of our state-appointed cork. He, I think it's a he, could hardly respond to us in a mass arrest. "All right, everybody, pull over." We must have broken the law to get here, but now are relatively secure in our sheer numbers. Not that much more impersonal in those big rooms where we all wear name tags and make no eye contact. "The goddess is alive" rolls right beside "Don't blame me, I voted for Stein." More likely to be inflammatory locally, "Save a logger, shoot a spotted owl" shares the road, ignoring Earth first. But just then, "Live by your hopes, not your fears" goes boiling up through the brew, only to redefine his specific gravity right under the cruiser's surface tension. Some of the leadership potential seem to be stricken with conscience at the top and choose to fade into the anonymity of the depths. This headlong flight of technological revolution toward oblivion monopolizes our concentration, with only the frail dome-lighted beacon of common sense and restraint holding back the flood for today. All but fleeting glimpses of that freedom up ahead and the natural beauty beside is obscured by our self-imposed steel environment. And once our competitive motivations wear off, we travel at exactly the same speed, appearing to each other to be sitting together at a theater, at a boring show. Now, this is the phenomenon Einstein warned us about. Or is it is it Heisenberg? Since we are always moving, we're incapable of fully appreciating our relativity to each other. Here, much less our greater direction, rolling down a ribbon on a shifting continent, on a spinning planet, tearing through space in an expanding universe that may be somewhere folding in on itself. We should savor this moment. But suddenly, with lights flashing, the cruiser roars away within seconds, disappearing over the next hill, leaving us in shock to refocus on the ancient pro-choice and I vote, Volvo, now expelling a good deal of steam and smoke from under the hood. No one stops to commiserate as the Volvo retires to the breakdown lane. Communion over. We're back to our own personal trajectories, choosing between military base exits and continuing north into Tacoma or west over the Narrows on Galloping Gertie Bridge. So could we have behaved differently? And might we, in our magnetism, have influenced each other? Unburdened by compassion for our fleeting community, most of us are free again to dream of destination. Though truth is, this may be all that life really has to offer. The journey. Thank you.
We take an offering every week, and on our second and fourth Sundays of the month, we share that offering with an organization nearby that shares our values. This month, we are sharing our offertory with the Woodland Food Closet, and today we have Tanya to come and tell us a little bit about it.
Thank you very much. As Susan said, I'm Tanya Garcia Cadena. I've been with the Woodland Food Closet for about 9 years now. And so to give you a little history, the Food Closet was formed on a recommendation by the grand jury in 1968. And at that time, when someone applied for food assistance, food stamps at the time, it took about 3 days to process their paperwork. And so since 1968, we provide 3 days worth of nutritionally balanced groceries to anyone in need. And the Food Closet has grown. We were a very small organization located in the basement of the Woodland Christian Church when I started, and we served about 125 people a month. We have grown since COVID, and we now serve just over 1,000 people a month, and we are located at 420 Grand Avenue. And we serve anyone who comes to our door. The majority of our people come from Yolo County, but we do get people from Solano County. During the fires, we were getting people from Butte, and we occasionally get people from Sacramento. And we are open Monday through Friday from 3 to 4, 1 hour a day. And during that hour, we typically provide food to 50 to 75 people. So we have volunteers who are packing the food based off of these menus. And we are supported by community. We don't receive any city, county, state, federal funding, which is very helpful for us because we don't have to ask questions of the people who come to us. We don't have to collect any information from them other than we ask if they have cooking facilities because we pack differently for that. And we ask the ages of their children because we're going to pack differently 16-year-old boy than we are a 3-year-old little girl. And or any maybe health restrictions they may have. So those are the questions we're asking. That's the information we're collecting. And as I said, we operate on community support. We purchase the majority of our food, the majority of our food from the YOLO Food Bank. So I know many people are familiar with the YOLO Food Bank, which is the much bigger organization. I picture them as the distribution center, and we're the direct distribution. So we purchase food from them. We recover food from Nugget, Grocery Outlet, and then we have food drives also. So thank you very much for inviting us, and thank you for those who brought food to put in our barrel that I will take back, and it'll be out in the community this week. So thank you very much.
There are a couple of different ways you can give if you're in the sanctuary. A basket will be passed around and you can do cash or check. There's a text way, there's a snail mail way, and that's all you're getting today. Thank you.
I'm gonna try something. I had all this time on the train. I wrote some new words to an old song by Stephen Foster, and I'm wondering if this can be a sing-along, because he might know what to do. We have long survived tyrants and corrupt authority. There is nothing new under the sun. May real justice prevail across this land of the free, not for the profit of the few, but everyone. You might know the chorus. It's the song they sing of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days have you lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. It may appear that equity is but a distant dream, as such work we have done disappears. May the practice of inclusion be our organizing theme, as together we will rise above our fears. It's the song they sing of the weary. Hard times come again no more. What is it, many days you have lingered around my cabin door? Oh, hard times come again no more. We are tired of deception and the toll of degrading speech. May we all find our worth and dignity. Undeterred by the challenge, joy remains within our reach. Bring on the power and the voice of diversity. It's the song they sing of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many times you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. Oh, hard times come again no more. Thank you. Yay.
Thank you. Is it on? Thank you for your generosity. It's greatly appreciated.
You know, I think my higher authority back on the wall there is telling me that maybe I'm trying to put too much into this service. And I don't know how many times, for more than 40 years, since 1984, I've been playing at a UU church almost every week, and sometimes churches of other denominations, and I've been to over 700, and I've lost count. I don't know how many. And sometimes if I'm not doing the whole service, 3/4 of the way through the service, someone will come up and whisper, "The minister's gone on too long. Can you just cut that song?" And I want to say, well, why don't you cut the sermon? So today I get to strike back. I'm going to say some things because they let me talk too. That's very nice. But I'm a musician first, and I want to sing you some songs, if I might do that. when I get this right. Mistakes will get more latitude. I'll put more into gratitude for all life brings when I get this right. Forgiveness, the new paradigm, and anger granted no time in the greater scheme of things. When I get this right, I'll know where to find the healing. I'll find challenge more appealing and go the longer way when I get this right. I'll understand the pain of growing and accept the price of knowing love can at last win the day. If this is our only life, then time is of the essence. Time to get to work on our presence and presentations. If there's only this one chance, we'll make a stand on this sacred earth and see the holy and the worth of all our relations. When I get this right, I'll be student as well as teacher, a more reluctant preacher, more inclined to offer grace. When I get this right, I'll put less into correction and see the perfection of this fragile human race. When I get this. I wrote a funny song a little while ago, and I'm going to sing that too, even though I think, is this appropriate? Well, so our collective challenge these days is to overcome the well-funded lies and hatred. In the context of truth and lies, lies won in the last election. And I think back about that, and I think I didn't try hard enough, I guess. I didn't work hard enough. How did this happen? I'm using the I word. So we should make no mistake that these lies are well-funded. Propagating of hatred and denial and truth, even history, climate emergency, evolution. This investment in ignorance cost a lot. Scientists give us a decade or two before we destroy the life support system of this earth. It's already too late in some places, and much is already lost. How much longer than too late will we wait? And I say I use the I word, but I'm going to use the you word. What could I do to move you to action? You, the Unitarian Universalists of Davis, California. When I say we got less than 3 months, before, what is it, November 5th, whatever date it is. I Googled it, how to deal with lies. There's all kinds of information about that. You know, you can find all kinds of lists and 12-step programs and everything. Much of the time, it is with a preconception or what's the word I want? That an expectation that the liar might be redeemable. Oh. I happened to see, it's an old program, a History Channel program at my friend's house in Toledo this past week, about the oligarchs that the headline of it offends me slightly, the men who built America. You know, the railroad, steel, oil magnates, and all of that stuff. But it's pretty amazing that oil, a great friend of mine, wait, I have to say this, Wes Jackson, we're about to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Land Institute in Salina, Kansas. Wes Jackson, scientist, I believe he was here, a professor in California, at some point in Davis as well. And he decided to put it into practice and not just talk about it. He built this farm where they raise a crop called kernza. It's a grain. It is, I've lost the word. It grows every year. What am I saying? The perennial, thank you. I knew a Unitarian Universalist church would help me with vocabulary. The roots grow deep into the ground. You don't plow the soil every year. You don't buy patented seeds. You don't do, extraordinary irrigation because these roots grow so deep. And you cut it off each year, but it grows back again. And many, many countries are picking up on this. Not so much in the United States because of the food mafia we have here, if you ask me. I digressed. I want to say this, just screaming, "You're lying," doesn't work. So here's what Wes Jackson told me. He said, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, grandparents were alive. 1870, oil is discovered in western Pennsylvania, and then in northern Ohio is the center of where oil is. And Rockefeller, takes over refining oil. And the railroads are, the big thing they were doing for quite some time is shipping oil around the country, barrels of oil for kerosene. Kerosene lit the world until J.P. Morgan gets with Edison and then Tesla and electrifies. And then, of course, the oil people fight that like crazy. Exactly the kind of stuff that goes on now. Millions, billions of dollars now to fight knowledge. In 1954, a paper came out that said cigarettes cause cancer. Smoking cigarettes causes cancer. 1954. The cigarette companies, who don't like each other, of course they hate each other, they all got together and went to Madison Avenue and tried to figure out what they should do. And, figure this is all in the Cold War mentality too. Lots of other lies going on there. And they asked, what do we do? The famous line uttered by the Madison Avenue executive, fight the science. Well, we can see that practiced. They bought many decades of killing a lot of people with cigarettes before, so on and so on. So the results of many studies say, here's what is in the way of peace. Poverty, the most important element. Not religion. Wars are between the haves and the have-nots. Religion gets pasted on top. Lack of education and lack of communication. These are the three big things when I looked it up. It wasn't AI, it was, well, thank Google or something. And really, it comes down to that. We are all If you are not, you can come up and talk to me at coffee hour. If you are not as privileged, okay, well, I'd like to hear that story. But we Unitarian Universalists, as an average, are pretty well off. We are pretty privileged, and I expect that stuff. I expect the mail to be delivered. I expect to be able to go to a store. And we can say them, that 1%. And so we do the same things they do. We drive internal combustion cars, or we shop. We buy the same stuff. So I don't really mean to indict us, but something different needs to happen. And that's what I think is important in Unitarian Universalist tradition. That's not the word I wanted. Philosophy, liturgy that is going on today. We're discussing how we're going to survive on the world together. And I love this process. It's a slow process. And we know the only thing that overcomes lies is personal stories, person to person. Millions of dollars ads, not to discourage you from giving money to the people who work for 4 years to bring you the elections in November. But it's person to person. We've got to save some souls. Not, as I said before, not the criminal liars that are irredeemable. I guess they are. They're going to think they can get away with this until they can't. And until some of those people end up in prison or whatever it would be. I do not wish them death. I wish them a nice retirement. But they cannot be in charge. We need to do something different. What is it we're going to do? You have to engage with that other person that you don't like. That cousin, that crazy uncle in the attic. I don't know what it would be. The neighbors. Here it is. I got so many papers here. I changed my mind at the last minute. You'll pardon that I did, and I've thrown in some other things rather than what's written on your sacred order of service. So I really thought about whether I should play this song or not in church, or in society or whatever. Are we a fellowship, a church, a society? A church, okay, I'm saying. I wrote this song several months ago, and I was saying, I don't do this usually. I don't write, with all due respect to, folks like Tom Paxton or, Pat Humphreys. Will write a great song, toss off a song for whatever ails you right then. And it's good for a couple of weeks, maybe. And then that's over. We made fun of whatever. Damn, I can't retire this song. Had to pawn my guitar to fill up my car. Oh, honey, have you heard the news? We had to drop some bombs for democracy. Now, oil can't get through the Strait of Hormuz. Forget the pedophiles and worry about war. Try to question it and you're sure to find that a Sharpie pen is worth a lot more to a president losing his mind. So, bomb, 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 bomb. Sing the bass line. Bomb, 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 bomb. The world we believed in and fought to protect is up for sale, and that's how the criminal occupant of the government stays out of jail for now. Crisis upon crisis, that's on purpose. So hard to keep up and get things sorted. Some neighbors are taught to hate us. Some neighbors are getting deported. The madman man theory has got us all weary. Some think it'll work for a while. Make war, attack the Pope, pretend you're Jesus, anything, keep attention off the Epstein files. Fight the science with alternative facts, make peace by pretending you're tough. But if you're wondering, how did we get here? I said it, we didn't work hard enough. Fight the science with alternative facts. Wait, I just said that. Sing the bass line. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. What will we do? What will we do? There's a simple answer. If you ask me, we got a little less than 3 months to save the earth and democracy. Let's pray for the president, give him a nice retirement, and hope for justice to prevail. It seems that rape and murder and illegal wars are not enough to put you in jail. We got to turn out the vote, speak truth to power, make good political mayhem. But while we're marching and chanting and expressing ourselves, folks drive by and say, that's them. Criminals and liars may be beyond reach. Let's not waste time discussing them. We gotta save some souls who believe those lies. We can't let this become us and them. Bomb, 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 bomb. No time for complacency. No time for sarcasm. No time for hesitation because, you know, diplomacy doesn't work. Never works. Doesn't work. Doesn't work until it does. Got to vote, and it may get harder. Don't give in to fear, and it's important to remember. You can support with your time and money the folks who worked for 4 years to bring us that election in November. I'm repeating myself, aren't I? Well, that's the song, but I wrote a coda for you use. You might expect this from me, something you. Our New Age principle that this song ends with. We've got to engage, make friends with the person we least want to be friends with. Thank you. I want to sing this song, but I can't sing it. Okay. I know it. I am waiting in the silence. I am waiting for the dawn. I am often found in reverence, though from many sources drawn. It is not mine to fight for justice, for it will not be won this day. I am peace, and I am waiting for the lost to find their way. You'll not find me set in judgment of the vain or of the weak, but I rise to meet the weary with the solace that they seek. Still I have not fed the hungry, nor strewn wealth among the poor. I am peace, and bring but mystery, and the patience to endure. I cannot save the suffering from their anger and their pain, only open doors of insight so the healing comes again. To the proud I am elusive, to the humble I am near. May the broken rise and look beyond the trappings of their fears. I am found among the seasons, autumn's death and spring's rebirth, as relentless their momentum as the turning of the earth. All are welcome in my presence, for only love can conquer hate. I am peace, and for the harvest I have planted and will wait. So, there were a few words I was going to say before we do this last song, but I think we've heard enough words from a large white male, so we'll just we'll stop there. This is an old Russian folk song that we did with the Paul Winter Consort. It had and with different words in English translation that I will say always bugged me, and for years I thought about it. I got to fix that. I never did. Well, then I finally did, and I wrote some new words to it. I'm delighted, but I made a verse to the song as well now, and the hymn book committee for our Teal Singing the Journey hymn book, or her book, or their book, or however we do it now, they wanted rounds, so it's a round. But I'll sing it. It would sound like this in Russian. Нашей жизни мы должны закаты света звук пропеть его в ночи, чтоб звезды слушали во сне и хоровод будили в тишине. Everybody! I love to do that. Somehow it went from Russia to Brazil. I'm not sure what happened. My wish for you, as now we part, is for greater peace to fill your heart with dreams as vast as starry space. So hurt and anger know no place. May truth be shared and wounds be healed, and joy for living be revealed through every fate and circumstance. May hope lead weary steps to dance, and may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. It's number 1052 and 1059, and is it written small in our order of service? resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. So it's a 4-part round, ha ha ha. But I know we can do it in at least 2 parts if you'll self-select. You know who you are. If you can do the second part, I'll show you where it starts. If you're unsure, stick with me. Then if you're more adventurous or lost, be part 3 or part 4. And may your life be as a song, not yet. Reason, and may your life be to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. The stars, ever dancing, and may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night, ever dancing circles in the night, ever dancing circles in the night. When Wisdom was a striking young man, he met a beautiful woman named Love. Now, I'm not really sure who was the man and who was the woman. Maybe they were the same sex. I'd like to keep you, said Wisdom. You can't own me, said Love, but I love you anyway. What would it cost to know you'd always be there? Asked Wisdom. Don't ask such questions, said Love. Just look at the stars. Why? Wisdom pondered. Are they telling us something? Oh, chill out, chided Love, which made Wisdom happy in a funny sort of way. And so it was that Wisdom fell in love with Love. And thus became truly wise. Let's go in peace. May we go in peace. Join us for coffee hour and analysis.